Ah, to succeed, you gotta do your best. But to win, you gotta be the best. Go, give me the gold. I want the gold. The goal is to be in first place on my kids, yeah. All I know is double time and do it big, yeah. Out here on my hustle slime, I'm out my grid, yeah. Struggle ain't a trait of mine, I'm on my biz, yeah. And I won't.
What up? It's me, Press, back at you with another reaction video. Okay. Again, I'm going hard on the Red Tree Crim. That's the name of their YouTube channel. That silly name. Red Tree Story. Ooh, this Red Tree. No, this Red Tree Crimes. Okay. Because they got two pages, and they both doing very well. I like your page. I don't like your name. You know what? After this, right here, I'm gonna go Google. They gotta mean something somewhere. They took that off something. But if they didn't, that mean they made it up. Maybe they put it out. Why they call it that? Red Tree. I don't get it. Okay. But on their channel, what they do is they create educational videos that showcase how police interact with criminals behind the scenes. They are here to educate people in police tactics and psychology behind police interrogations. I like that. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. Hey, leave a comment. I appreciate you tuning in. I'm trying to get my page up. I've been stuck at about between 1,500 and just over 1,500. What are y'all? Yeah, 1,500 people. Hold on. My bad. Y'all know I'll be smoking while I be doing this. What are y'all? Dude, subscribers. God damn it, Press. Sorry. Okay. I've been stuck at like 1,500 subscribers. Go ahead and leave a subscribe for me. Check out my other videos. My page is kind of random, sort of, but it's just really my comedy and me being me. I'm here to entertain. You know what I mean? So leave a comment, leave a like. Let's get started. Red Tree Crimes. I like your page. Your name is stupid. This one is called When a Murder Suspect Claims Self-Defense. Let's go.
Most of you have heard about the self-defense case of Kyle Rittenhouse. Without getting into too many details, Kyle shot 3 men, killing 2 and wounding 1, in what he claimed was self-defense. After a lengthy court trial, Kyle was acquitted of the murder charges, as the jury agreed that he did in fact act in self-defense. A similar self-defense claim happened back in 2006, where a man named John Wesley Dobbs was attacked by 3 men outside of a club in Orlando, Florida.
So like he was saying,
Can they get in?
there's a fight that took place in the parking lot. Okay, and we already know all that. Okay, and we're just here. We just want your side of the story of what happened. That's the only thing we want. You know, there's a couple of guys we know that's been stabbed. Okay, so we just want your side of the story of what happened. All right, because there's always 2 sides to every story. You know what I mean? And we just want you to tell us what exactly happened there.
So looking at you, you got blood all over you. We know you're involved in something. We don't know how it started. We got one side of it. We got their side of what happened, okay? We're here to get you.
Do they have surveillance cameras for the parking lot?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
But unfortunately for you, the surveillance cameras only cover the front half of the parking lot. The area where you were, no.
This is John Dobbs, and in 2006, he was living in Georgia with his girlfriend of 3 years named Deanna. John had 3 children that lived with their mother in Florida, and he would drive out to see them when work would allow it. He decided to take one of these trips with Deanna in October of 2006, and together, they spent several days with his 3 children. After the visit, the couple decided.
This nigga look like the Black Stewie.
decided to visit the Dollhouse Club before returning to Georgia. The decision to stop at this club would change John's life forever.
So we got their stories, we got the people working there stories.
People working there saying,
Again, we'll get to that. Okay. But I'm just laying this out for you. We got those stories. You got your girlfriend over here, we're gonna talk to her.
you got her name?
Yeah, she did. And we get everybody's side of what happened. I mean, it's not that difficult.
It's not difficult at all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Okay, first, before I let you do that, I have to read you your rights. Okay, because this is a crime. I don't know what started this. They are really pretty vague on what started this.
Of course.
Okay.
Sitting like that.
So what we're here is to get the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And with that in mind, do you want to tell us what happened?
What happens next depends on who you ask. According to John,
Black Stewie. Peter.
he and Deanna left the club and went to their car around 2 in the morning. After Deanna got into the passenger side, John noticed 4 men walking to his car. Before he could react, they surrounded him and beat him to the ground.
With whipped cream. Whipped cream.
John did his best to defend himself, and that's when he heard cries from his girlfriend as she tried to help him fight off his attackers. At that moment, John decided he would have to protect Deanna, so he pulled out his pocket knife and began to swing it in the direction of the 4 men. He would wound 3 of the men and ultimately kill one of them.
And what transpired there?
No, he was just questioning me about shit.
This nigga whipped out the knife and got busy. Red Tree Crimes. It's all about murder and catching the murderer. So he a murderer, but it sounds like it's self-defense.
It's about because my girl calls me daddy, and we was playing around talking to the dancers there, and I was like, my girl calls me daddy. He was like, oh, you got hoes, and I was like, nah, why you think that because somebody called me daddy that I got hoes, and then he just gave me a bad vibe, but I was just like, leaving. So I went outside, and I guess they was plotting on me or something.
And when you say they, how many?
I mean, I seen them with at least 3, 4 of the guys.
Okay, and were they all outside the club when you got out, or were they?
Well, I was getting in my car, and they was getting in the car, a couple of car measures away from me.
What kind of car?
What kind of car were they getting in?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I wasn't watching all that. I just heard them say something like, oh, you see, he got the security around him, and he grabbed his girl and he left. And he called me a player before, so I figured it was just gonna be a conversation. So I mean, basically, he said that, and I was like,
See, some places, I think he said earlier that he wasn't from there, and they going back somewhere. But some places, player ain't just a term, just an endearment or a big up, or a player means you doing something illegal. You know what I'm saying? You be a player in the drug game, player in the bitch game, the whole game. They may have thought he had some bread because his wife is fine.
kind of thrown off, like, they was kind of laughing, so I was like, maybe I said talk a little shit, So I didn't exactly get in the car. I walked to the back of my car, but one of the guys started walking toward me fast. Then I caught the vibe, like, hold up, this guy looks like he wants to fight.
Is this the same one you were talking to inside?
No, this is just a different one.
The police report would match John's description of what happened, except that there were only 3 men and John had become involved in a verbal altercation with one of the men prior to being attacked. Shortly after John began using the knife, the 3 men would retreat and he and Deanna would drive away, only to be arrested a short while later.
Okay, and as he approached you, what happened?
As he approached me, he looked like he was ready to fight.
She was cute.
And that's when I said, hold up. I said, we're not gonna fight.
Where are you at this time?
Standing at the trunk of my car.
So you were getting in your car and you came around to the trunk area?
Yeah, like, but I didn't realize his friend was gonna come over there.
So you were actually like in conversation, or
Well, I heard what he said, and I was getting ready to say, "Hey, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? There's plenty of girls that go around, whatever, talk shit, whatever. But then I seen this boy rushing towards me, like I said, man. So then the boy comes to me,
In handcuffs.
and I'm telling this boy, like, yo, ain't gonna be no fighting or none of that shit, right? My girl's already sitting in the car because I unlocked the door for her. And all of a sudden he hit me, boom. Like he came up to me and he just hit me, boom. And I'm like, where the hell is this coming from? So I tried to back him up a little bit. And
Now, when this guy hit you, did he hit you in the face?
yeah, he hit me in the face kind of, but I kind of like moved a little bit. And it still hit me in the face though, He still hit me in the face up.
and so your recollection is clear what happened.
Up until the point where, the kid was banging me around like a rag doll. Understand?
This is the kind of stylish one.
Huh?
This is the one that's stout, the first one.
Yeah, but all of them was bigger than me.
Silly.
So he hit you.
He hit me, bam.
You trying to get space.
Well, what it was like he hit me, and it was automatically a fight. So I tried to like swing and back him off, and then I was thinking like, I'm gonna have to hit this guy in his head. So I tried to hit him, and then I seen the other guys coming, and that's when I had a pocket knife. I pulled it out.
Where was that?
Where was the pocket
In
knife?
your front pocket?
It was in my back pocket. I had originally told them that it wasn't mine, but it was.
Under Florida state law known as the Stand Your Ground Law, it states, a person who is not engaged in an unlawful activity and who is attacked has no duty to retreat and has the right to stand their ground and meet force with force, including deadly force, if they believe it is necessary to do so to prevent death or great bodily harm. With this information, it would seem that John Dobbs did in fact act in self-defense. So why is he still in prison over a decade later?
Wow.
Then after that, I couldn't remember nothing because the guy had me by my shirt, and one of the big guys had me by my shirt. Because one guy came up.
So he in cuffs. This ain't just happened. He been sitting in prison for a little bit, and on this, I guess for 10 years so far right now. Wow, that's crazy. Or I don't know. But he in cuffs. That look like regular clothes. I'm confused. Why is he in cuffs?
Well, I remember that, and I was like, I looked at him. He didn't move.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, this guy's not fighting, and I said it out loud.
Mm-hmm.
So then I just, boom, turned around, and I remember. Matter of fact, yeah, my girl got out the car because they was jumping on me,
Mm-hmm.
and she tried to push them off me, like, yo, get off of him, And
Did you see any of the workers or the bouncers or anything out
I
there?
couldn't see nobody. Actually, I couldn't see nobody. I was blacked out. During the whole process, I was trying to grab. I was getting hit so many times. I was trying to grab focus, but I was still swinging with the knife.
Okay.
And that was it. That's all I could remember. That's all I could remember, except for that. I don't remember much. All I remember is that I couldn't really see nothing, and they laid off of me for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a point where, I was grabbing at some of their stuff, trying to grab it, because I know they had the knife. They had a knife trying to cut me. You know what I'm saying?
You know which one had the knife?
I don't know.
Did they ever cut you?
Yeah, they cut my arm.
The left arm?
Yeah, the left arm, they cut it.
It seems that the main argument in this case was that John had the opportunity to avoid danger, and because he chose to fight instead of run, then he is in fact guilty. But now, let's take a closer look. We do not know if John had the opportunity to leave the area before the fight, but we do know that the fight took place by the passenger side door of John's car. This shows us that the men approached John. Now, there isn't a law against speaking your mind to another person, as long as you do not touch them. So John would argue with the man that approached him. At some point, the argument became physical between John and the man, and according to witnesses, John had the upper hand in the fight, which would cause the other man's friends to join in the brawl. John would realize that he was outnumbered, plus his girlfriend was getting involved as well. This would cause him to pull out the knife and use it.
Hey, John.
So he was trying to get up out of there with his girl. Niggas do this. All right, so you know what? I've been talking shit. I'm kind of lit. Let me get on head out here. Take her to the car, put her on the passenger side. Nigga run up, talking that shit. I'm nigga, fuck you. Okay? Now we throwing hands. You ran up, getting bopped up, and now your friends on the way. Okay? So boom, they started trying to flood me. Okay. My girl got out of the car. Oh shit. I don't want her to get hurt. Now, I'm not a knife man. I don't carry one. I don't carry a gun. I learned how to be proficient with my hands. You know what I mean? So I throw one hitters. You know what I mean? I can knock you out. This has been verified and unscrutinized. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So I'm not just talking shit right now. But I feel like he should have did what he did. We're not done yet. Still some moments to go. Let's check it out.
Let me ask you. At the point where you pulled your knife out, okay, and you thought these guys were really going to beat you half to death, okay, at that point, do you recall when you pulled your knife out? You know, at the point you pulled your knife out, do you know if you stabbed someone then or you tried to cut someone then? Can you kind of explain that to me?
I know, first, I wanted to make sure that he seen it so he would have backed up. I know that much.
So and the kid kept trying to hit your knife like this, and like this. Is that how you did? You just bought the knife up like this?
Yeah, and then I tried to, like, you know, I wanted to hit him, but he was hitting me on this side. As a matter of fact, I remember the beginning. He was hitting me on this side, so I was blocking with my left, and I wanted to hit him with my right. Okay. And it came to the point where I was trying to hit him, like, I had the knife in my hand, but I was trying to hit him with my hand, actually. Okay. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I wanted him to back up, but he just wouldn't back up. So I guess I might have said, fuck it, like, he tried to swing at him, like, cut him. You know what I'm saying?
So that way, when you went to swing at him, you were actually going to hit him, but the knife cut him? Is that what you're saying?
Well, actually, I was trying to, like, you know, punch him, hit him type thing. Yeah. It wasn't, like, you know, I knew I wasn't going to get a good hit because my way my hand was positioned. Uh-huh. It was just like more, I just wanted him. I didn't think the whole thing was going to be that serious. It just jumped off crazy for me.
John claims that the three men threatened him as he left the club, telling him that he would need security to escort him to his vehicle. This is where criminal threatening and assault come into play. A criminal threat is a threat that must be capable of making the person who hears it feel as if they might be hurt, and the threat has to be credible and real. In some states, an assault can take place without a person ever touching their victim. Words alone do not constitute an assault, but if the person uses threatening words and gestures while approaching their victim, that could be considered assault. For example, if you told someone you're going to punch them and you are capable of doing that, then that could be considered a criminal threat. But if you were to say that as you approach that person in a threatening manner, that could then be considered assault. If John's attackers were approaching him in a threatening manner using verbal threats, that would mean he was being assaulted first, and the stand your ground law we discussed earlier would come into play.
Man,
okay, look, you know, let me explain to you, because these guys have been stabbed in the chest, like a puncture wound in the chest, like when he was stabbed like that instead of cut. Okay, I mean, he's not dead or anything, but what I'm saying is he's stabbed. Well, to tell you the truth, all three of them were stabbed in the chest. Okay. And what those guys are saying is that you stabbed them, okay? And it's obvious that you did stab them.
I'm by my car. I'm standing by my car.
Yes, niggas ran up, got stabbed in the chest. What was be aiming for fingertips?
Oh, they come from all the way over there. I'm getting hit. I don't know what I didn't know. I never stabbed nobody before. You understand? I just was swinging the knife. You understand?
Okay, let me ask you this: how many?
I didn't even know if I hit them right. Okay. I thought maybe I was missing.
Sure, I understand. John, but you know, if you had to say, how many times do you think you stabbed those guys?
Oh my God, man. I don't know what the hell was going on, man.
Okay.
I don't know. I was barely able to stand.
Okay.
The only reason I was really probably standing because the guy was holding my shirt.
Okay, I've been in some fights before, okay, and I know when the fight's going
That's
on,
it.
you got all
That's it.
this,
I don't wanna talk about it.
you're
No
excited,
I said, I
stuff
don't
like
want to talk
that.
about it no more. I told you everything, man.
His ball spot is too wide and not enough for him to have been in a real fight from it. The ball spot alone on this officer tells me everything I need. You can tell me you've been in a fight for your life? Shut up.
I'm not gonna put myself in that position no more than it's already there.
Well, that's up to you, I mean, you can explain to us if you want to, or, I mean, but I'm here just trying to help you, man, that's all I'm trying to do.
The detectives know that one of the attackers John stabbed is dead, but because they are allowed to lie, they tell him that nobody has died because of this incident. John realizes that something isn't right, as he believes that this should be a simple case of self-defense. So he tells the detectives he is done speaking. They want to keep John talking, so they tell him another lie by saying that they are on his side and they want to help him.
So you went to sign, you're in your car, and then these guys started talking some shit to you.
Well, they came up to me. You understand? They came up to me. I didn't come up to them. Okay.
Okay.
What stopped you from getting in your car and leaving?
When?
When you were at your car and he started running his mouth, what stopped you from getting in your car and leaving?
I guess because I was bored. I was surprised the club was closing at 2:00. And I figured, we was just gonna talk shit. I figured I was gonna introduce myself to more people. That's it. I figured I was gonna be social. I figured I was gonna be like, stand up dude, they saying something smart, I ain't figured we was gonna get real serious. I mean, we grown men. What the hell we gonna do something like that? We don't even know each other. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't supposed to be here. I ain't supposed to be in handcuffs right now.
For
That's
real?
anything, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the only thing is that I didn't call you guys. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing.
All right, let's go see what's her scenario. Okay.
If I'd have called you guys, probably would I be in handcuffs if I called you guys?
Hard to say. You had a weapon, they didn't. That's what we didn't find a weapon.
They didn't have no weapon? Then how the hell did they cut me?
We gotta look at that.
John did have a deep cut on his arm, but the only knife that was found was the one that he had been carrying. The detectives also asked John why he did not call the police after leaving the scene, and John tells them that it was because he had a gun in his possession and he did not know what he should do with it. They believe that if John truly felt that he was justified in using the knife as self-defense, then why did he not call the police to let them know what happened and turn himself in?
He don't know a motherfucker died. I got some niggas off me. Fuck y'all. Let's get up out of here, babe.
Hey, John, you got a cell phone in your car?
Yeah, I got 2 cell phones somewhere, probably in my property that y'all got.
So can you tell me why you didn't call the sheriff's office when all this happened?
Man, I was just like, let me get the hell out of here, man. Then I was driving real slow, just stuck and thinking, And then like I said, I was mostly thinking about that gun. I was like, what I'm gonna do with this, you know what I'm saying? And then I was like,
So you were thinking of, as far as the gun, you were thinking what you could do with the gun instead of calling the sheriff's office?
I was thinking about what am I gonna do with it, if I'm gonna keep it, throw it away, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, let me just go. And I was thinking about my blood that was dripping down my face. I had a lot of blood dripping down my face at the moment. And I was asking my girl if I need stitches and stuff like that. And she was like, yo, you might need stitches, let's go to the hospital, then you call the police. And I was like, I said, let me go to the hotel and look in the mirror first.
See, that's the other thing that I say, because if you had a cell phone with you, I was wondering why you didn't go ahead and call the sheriff's office. I mean, if I had just been in a fight, I mean, as a practical person, and you appear to me to be a practical,
Yeah, I'm a practical person, but I'm not gonna lie, I've never called the police.
Sure, I understand that, but you have to talk about how, I mean, I can understand if you were just in a fist fight, but there are some guys that's been stabbed.
Yeah, but I didn't even realize I was poking.
He almost said homicide. Am I tripping, y'all? Oh, man. I'm gonna keep going.
No, I didn't even realize that I was actually getting to them.
Some guys that's been stabbed.
Yeah, but I didn't even realize I was supposed.
But you have to tell me. I mean, I can understand if you were just in a fist fight, but you never
Called the police.
Sure, I understand that, but you have to tell me. I mean, I can understand if you were just in a fist fight, but there are some guys that's been stabbed.
Yeah, but I didn't even realize I was poking them. I didn't even realize that I was actually getting to them.
Okay.
You understand? As a matter of fact, I realized it at the last second.
The detectives listen as John explains that he had no reason to believe that anyone wanted to fight him and that the three men approached him as he was getting into his car. John can't understand why he is at fault. So the detectives tell him that based on all of the information they have from eyewitnesses, he had plenty of opportunity to leave the scene. John cannot believe what he is hearing, so he does his best to explain why he had to defend himself.
Do you understand? We had no words of conflict. I did not know I had a problem. Why would I leave? You understand? And then I didn't go towards them. I was at my car. You understand? I don't have the right to stand by my car. I mean, this is gonna ruin my life. It's gonna ruin my girl's life and everything. And I know that you guys gotta know that basically there's no way that I initiated anything.
You're in a parking lot, you guys get involved in the fight, you bring out a knife.
Hold on. I'm in a parking lot, I'm standing by my car, three guys start running at me. One of them starts walking to me fast, he swings on me, then the other one starts running at me. I thought it was more than three, I thought it was 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah, but based on all the facts of the case.
What facts?
The facts, the people that were there, the valet and everything.
Yeah, they say,
based on what you told me and based on what they told me, there was opportunity enough for you to leave. You said you weren't down.
This is pissing me off.
Hold on. I told you they was holding me. I told you they was holding me, and that's probably the reason why I was standing.
Swinging too.
No, I was swinging with one hand. With one hand. I wasn't free swinging. I couldn't walk anywhere. I couldn't even see where the hell I was going. Half the time I'm bouncing off of my car. I was not in any position to leave at any moment before then, or else I would have ran.
The detectives decide it's time to let John know that one of the three men is now dead. Instead of showing sympathy for the man that is dead, John continues to talk about the situation he is in. John should have stopped talking, or at the very least, shown some emotions at the fact that someone had died at his hand. As all true crime fans know, everything you say or do will be used against you, and John's reaction to hearing this new information will most certainly be used against him.
Well, what I need to tell you, one of them died. The one in Critical died.
Are you playing?
No, I'm serious.
The hell out of here, man. Listen, man. Listen, man. I had no point that I could leave, man.
What was he supposed to do? Start crying? Well, if that happened to me, I'm over here in fucking handcuffs, and motherfucker just came to my car. I don't care if I'm still out here. I'm standing out in the club. I'm standing out here minding my business, by my car with my girl. Shut the fuck up. I ain't gotta leave. Fuck you. Oh, y'all running up? That shit happens. Now, well, you know when I'm dying, I'm like, fuck. He said, you serious? That's all you gonna get out me. Man, I can't cry for somebody who tried to hurt me and I got cut up.
I had no point that I could leave, man. The moment that I had a chance to leave, I left. Listen, man. I'm going to lose everything I got.
Man, this look like emotion to me. This nigga emotion right here. Okay? I'm gonna lose everything. You know what I mean? Shoot, man, that's emotion. For a motherfucker who asked for this, you ran up, got poked up. Damn, shit, he's showing emotion to me.
I'm gonna come out with nothing, and I don't really have anything.
I've been doing good lately. Got a girl, took her out. I'm celebrating life right now. You know what I mean? Shit, I'm on the straight and narrow right now. Yeah, I'm still me. Fuck these niggas. Fuck y'all. I'm about to get up out of here and hang out in my car and still talk my shit. You run up, you got poked up. Man, this is emotion. It's anger.
Right now, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
I got a couple of things that's supposed to be coming on TV for me rapping. That's it. I don't have any money from it, anything. My kids, I just made them promises and stuff that I was gonna bring for. I mean, listen, this was.
He think about his life. He ain't think about this nigga life.
I don't know how long the fight went. It must have been about 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes. You understand? Mm-hmm. But I was getting, it was crazy at that moment. And I had no way to leave, man. I had no way to leave. And the only time that I could have left was before I decided to conversate with them. Mm-hmm. But I didn't go over there thinking I was going to fight them 3 big-ass dudes.
John would be found guilty of murder and sent to prison. To this day, he and his family continue to claim false imprisonment and that he did in fact act in self-defense. Some say it was because of racial and social profiling. Others say that he is in fact guilty because he chose not to leave when he had the chance. In my videos, I try to stay neutral and let my viewers decide what to think based on the information they are shown. John has a YouTube channel where he shares his story from behind prison walls, and I will leave the link to his channel in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this case. Was John justified in his actions, or is he guilty of murder?
Come on, man. Come on, man. If you are the one who's going to say, yo, whether or not this case is aggravated battery, I mean, whatever, you know. I mean, if you're the one, you gotta know that, man. Just listening to what they say, I know that the violate people didn't say that I had a chance to leave during the fight. During the conflict, once it started, I know they didn't say I had a chance to leave. Because they was, first of all, the only chance that I might have been able to run was the time when my girl was pushing one of them off of me, and I was trying to get them not to hit her. Mm-hmm. That was the only chance that I had an opportunity where I was free with both hands.
Yeah, bro, you should have just, when you heard that murder, hush your mouth because you told your story. You told your half. I did enough. I told you what on my side of the story is. Oh, okay. Y'all didn't tell me a motherfucker got murdered. I would have been told you. I didn't call the police because I didn't want to get involved with this. I'm in here now. I'm telling my story. You know what I mean? I didn't get a lawyer because I don't want to get involved with this. Okay? It wasn't my fault. I did show emotion. I was sad that my life going to end because I was getting the motherfucker off me. Saved my girlfriend. Fucked up, man. Shoot, Red Tree Crimes. You know what? I gotta see these comments, man. Let's check out some comments. If you are guilty, you need a lawyer. If you're innocent, you definitely need a lawyer. Multiple people jumped, and according to Florida's law, he didn't have to escape. Yeah, he didn't. Stand your ground. He should not be in prison. Hope someone looks into this. Yet again, perfect proof why you should never talk to the police without a lawyer. Exactly. My blood is boiling. Man. Oh, he was obviously telling the truth. Like, he wasn't no stutter, wasn't no nothing. He was getting in a fight. I can't tell you everything that happened because I'm not standing on the outside of myself. You know what I mean? But with my eyes, this is what happened. If you get arrested for defending yourself, do not make statements to the cops. They are not your friends. Invoke your right to silence. and right to counsel. Let your lawyer talk for you. Exactly. Okay, so they feeling the same thing. I ain't gonna read the long ones. You know what? I'll read the long ones. Let me see. Same shit. It's 185. See, that's well. This one got this long one right here got 519 likes. Okay, so I'm gonna read that one. I wonder if this guy thought, like so many others, he didn't do anything wrong, and the cops recognized that. I think most people believe that just having truth on your side is enough. It isn't. Never talk to the cops without an attorney present, ever. My favorite YouTube lawyer always says it's better to look guilty than found guilty. Yes. Okay. So we'll go ahead and end it on that one. That was Red Tree Crimes. They're doing your thing. I appreciate you. These are clips and stuff I probably never would have saw. I'm very interested in it now. Not so much that I'll make content like yours. But I hate your name. And I'm going to go Google and see what's up with that. So y'all enjoy your night, day, evening, whenever y'all checking this out. And have a great time.